Hey, what's going on, everyone? I thought I'd just do a bit of a guide. I haven't done a guide before, so bear with me. And I'm going to do a Junkrat guide because I play this guy a lot, like a hell of a lot. I think if I go into my stats here, gameplay, I think, no. Career profile. Yeah, 6 hours. He's my most played character, actually. I didn't know that, but yeah. So I got 6 hours in him. He is a beast. Just for the sole reason that he does so much damage. He does 120 damage for each of his little custom-made home bomb things. So yeah, it's powerful as. So pretty much, if you can land 2, which is, I don't know, I guess you could say hard, not hard, but even if you land 2 shots, a 200 health character's dead, which is mainly all of the characters in the game. You could probably one-shot a Zenyatta or a Tracer, assuming that they're not on full health. So in the heat of a battle, you know, just pop one out at Zenyatta, he's gone. Pop one out at Tracer, she's gone. So if you land all shots, that takes up to you, what, 5 times 120, so you got 600, plus you got the little freaking pulse concussion mine, that does 120 damage, I'm pretty sure, so that's 720 damage, plus your trap, that's 80 damage, so you're doing freaking, what, 800 damage, which is insane. But yeah, that is a really big amount of damage, and you can take out any hero with any sort of buff from either armor or shields or whatever. They're gone. Plus this, Riptire, this has 100 HP, so you've got to be cautious of that. Plus that does 600 damage, just in a blast radius, so if you're really close, that'll do 600 damage full. But you don't need to be full on, spot on, like right up to the character. Even if you're maybe a meter or 2 away, you'll still do a ridiculous amount of damage. If I could recommend when to use this, make sure you're in a safe spot because you're completely vulnerable. So you might want to be behind a corner or maybe up high or something. That brings me to another topic, but I'll talk about that later. And then maybe if you're up here and there's maybe a control point down here on like a King of the Hill map, just chuck him down there and boom, everyone's pretty much dead. That's if they don't know you're up there. The Riptide does make a noise, so you got to be cautious of that. I'm pretty sure if you glue it to a wall it won't really make as much of a noise, but it's still noticeable. Going off things like here, I think it's pretty quiet, so try to jump down onto the enemy. My next topic is your concussion mine. As well as dealing damage, it also propels you. Almost like I don't know, like a rocket jump from Team Fortress or the Demo Man sticky jump or something like that. If you're any good at the Demo Man in TF2, this is the character for you. That's all I'm gonna say. He's basically got his grenade launcher. But anyway, I'm getting a bit off topic. This is a really good mechanic, I like this. You can get to really high places, you can get away from enemies. Maybe you're like fighting an enemy here, he's coming around the corner, bang. Well, it didn't really work that time, but he'll propel that way, and I'll propel that way. So if I'm on, I don't know, 70 HP and there's a McCree there, or a Tracer or whatever, and I might die, just chuck that at him, and then that'll just propel you away from them. The trap is a really good one. So let's say they go in the trap. That'll, wherever you are on the map, so I'll be over here, that'll say triggered. Just killed him, but anyway, that'll say triggered, and that'll trap them for, I think 3 seconds, I'm not 100% sure. Correct me if I'm wrong. But it's a pretty good use to hold down any points or choke points. They won't try to put it somewhere they won't expect it. It won't look like that to you. I mean, it won't look like that to the enemy. It's kind of sunk into the ground. I'm not too sure if that will like change that or not, but it's pretty hard to see. And obviously, if you're playing, you're not gonna constantly be like, where's that fucking Junkrat trap? I need to find it. Like, it's nothing on your, you know, top priority concerns list, but it will catch people off guard, and it is very useful. Paired up with the concussion line, actually. So you got 80 damage, 120 damage. That comes to what? Bloody 240, I think. Anyway, yeah. It's a lot. Anyway, yeah, it is a lot. So that, plus that, they get triggered. Then even if you find them in your radius, just spam some bloody grenades at them. And then that'll do a hell of a lot of damage. What else? So pretty much, see there, that just comes up anywhere in the map. So you could be at spawn and that'll say triggered. That's pretty good. So, yeah, basically, let's say you're on, I don't know, Temple of Anubis, and here's the control point. If you just spam your grenades, it's obviously going to do something, because the teammates will notice, well, your enemies will notice that you're spamming grenades. They're going to be like, where's that Junkrat? We got to find that Junkrat. He's like, you know, he's distracting the team. So he's a really good distractor, I guess. I don't know what the word would be, but yeah. He can really catch people off guard and do a hell of a lot of damage. I would recommend him to new players, like, just to give him a go. Like, maybe play some of the other characters, but he is good. Like, anyone can really play him, just as long as you've got good predictability. Like, maybe this little robot dude's walking over here, or something. A better spot to show you would be maybe even here. So you got to predict, like, he might be going, oh, he might be going up there. So you got to try to, you know, predict where he'll be. With players, it's a bit weird because, I don't know, I've noticed a lot of players in this game, they move in really weird directions. Like, they might be just going this way, and then they'll just go this way, and then they'll just go this way. I still need to try to figure out the best strat for this, but yeah. One-on-one, Junkrat is a god, because he can just spam. Like, that's the one word that you could call Junkrat, just spam. And plus his concussion mine, if you get in trouble, just bloody concussion mine out of there, and you're good to go. The one last thing I'd like to talk about is the Riptire. His Riptire effect is really good, paired with, like, I don't know, May's ultimate or Zarya's ultimate. Just make sure it doesn't get shot. Like, it does have 100 HP, so it's gonna die pretty easy. But yeah, other than that, I think I'll leave it here. So, in conclusion, Junkrat is a ridiculous damage dealing class. Like, his base damage, if you get everything that you could possibly do, is 800. 800 damage, that's insane. Correct me if I'm wrong, but I do believe that's how much he does. Anyway, hope you guys like this little tutorial. This is my first time doing one. Let me know if you'd like any more of these, so I can, you know, help you guys. But other than that, hope you guys have a good day and night, and if this was helpful anyway, you know, leave a like, let me know what I could have done, or could do right, or whatever. Anyway, have a good one. See yous.